Hi everybody, Casey with the Indio Library, part of the Riverside County Library System. Every video you hear me talk about the hundreds of titles that we have available. And so I thought I'd just do a quick run through so you could see what we do and how many we've got. Of course, a bunch of them are always checked out, so what's here will change. We do some featured titles. They get swapped out every once in a while. And there we go. There's the end of the light novels. At the very end, we have some young adult staff picks if you're interested in anything there. So by all means, come in, check them out, or check online and request them.
Okay, so now that you've seen all the hundreds of books we've got, please stay tuned until the end. I've got a question for you all, and please check it out and let me know what you think. Now, we're going to jump right in. This time, we are going to be looking at Your Name by Makoto Shinkai. This is a wonderful story. It is a great little love story of star-crossed, or maybe I should say comet-crossed lovers. There's a young lady named Mitsuha. She's a high school student, and she's from a little town called Itomori. And she has these dreams of going to Tokyo and meeting all kinds of people. She's really bored with this country life. I mean, their city, or their town, is so small they don't even have a cafe. She's also a shrine maiden for the local shrine that her family's been in charge of for years. And wouldn't you know it, she has these dreams of waking up as a boy in Tokyo. A boy named Taki. And she does things there. And when she wakes up, the memories fade very quickly. She doesn't remember it very well. Wouldn't you know, in Tokyo, there's a boy named Taki who wakes up as a girl named Mitsuha in a little town called Itomori a few days a month. So this boy and this girl are waking up as each other a few days a month, and at first really making a mess of each other's lives because they don't remember their friends, where their lockers are, what their schools, nothing, of course. And they have very different personalities, and so kind of make a mess of each other's lives, but don't really remember it too well upon waking. And so one day, Mitsuha opens her notebook, and there's a note saying, "Who are you?" And in big letters, like, what's going on? And so they start leaving each other messages and start figuring it out a little bit at a time. And as things develop, they don't exactly admit it to each other, but they kind of realize they start liking each other a bit. They finally decide to meet in person, and wouldn't you know it, that's exactly when the switching stops. That's it. It doesn't happen anymore. Obviously, they exchange phone numbers or whatever, and so Taki tries to call, and Mito's phone's out of service, and you don't exactly know why. The viewer, you can probably figure it out. Another big aspect of this story, as I mentioned before, Comet Cross Lovers, is the comet Tiamat, which comes every 1,200 years. If you look at Itomori, it is very obviously built around the edge of a crater lake. And I mentioned the shrine. Well, the shrine's records were destroyed a long time ago, and so they don't really know exactly where, but if you look at what's left, it is also built in the middle of a crater. So something's obviously going on. I'm not going to tell you the rest. I don't want to spoil the story because it's great. You need to read it or watch it. We'll get to that in a second. So you need to pick it up. So Shinkai, the author, had also directed the animated film. In his author's note here, he actually said he thinks it works better in an animated version, and in some ways he's right. I mean, I can agree with that. It's a fabulous movie, and it actually came first, which is kind of rare. Usually the animations come from the books, but in this case, the book was written afterwards. It doesn't lessen its value. It's great. But you you can see more of the facial expressions and get more of those direct feels from the animated film. This is my personal copy. The library's DVD is checked out, and it frequently is. There are a few of them in the system, so you can get your hands on it. Just go ahead and put a request in and get on the hold list, and I'm sure that you'll get it soon enough. But it's fabulous. So we'll put that away. There is also, of course, the manga version, which we have, 3 volumes, and there tells the same story. So if you're not into the novels, check out the manga. There is another novel and another manga series called Your Name, Another Side, Earthbound, which takes events from the novel and elaborates on them. I mentioned that the town doesn't have a cafe, so Itamori doesn't have a cafe. Mitsuo is out with some of her friends, and a boy says, "Hey, let's go to the cafe," and they're all excited because they're like, "Oh, we've got a new cafe." And he takes them to this bus stop that has a vending machine at it, and they're kind of upset. He works for his dad owns a construction company, so he borrows some tools, they get some wood and some logs and things. And it's not a full-on building, with a cafe, but they build some outdoor tables and chairs and things and kind of make their own little place to hang out. So, there's stuff like that. You get more of a background on some of these side characters and some of their interests. All in all, any of these versions is fantastic. You can't go wrong. I recommend them all so very highly. Please, please, please do yourself a favor and pick one or all of them up. So, as usual, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so that you can get notified of further light novels or light novel reviews, and of course our children's programming done by Miss Lowly. And now that we've done that, I am really curious if any of you are interested in a discussion group for anime, manga, light novels, any of that type of stuff that we could do as live events. Recorded obviously wouldn't work very well. And if you are, please comment below or give the library a call and ask for me. My name's Casey. The number is 760-347-2383. And if there is some interest, then we could get that going and have monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, whatever works. But I need to know if there's some interest. So, thank you for coming, and we'll catch you next time. Goodbye and hello, as always.